Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for this time. And first of all, of course, I would like to make a special thank for Diana for all your love, for all your passion that allow us to have such wonderful and unforgettable reunions in which we connect to so many dear friends and also which you know a lot of new friends and learn a lot. So thank you again, Diana. Well, for me, I would like to talk. Actually, my team here is Minas, the best place for you to be. But I would like to start, as this is a Stanford reunion. I think that I would like to start mentioning a book that is life changing for me, a book that really impacted me. And this book is Permacrisis by Gordon Brown and Mohammed El-Erian, ex-Pinko. Okay, what does this book mention? This book mentions that there are three global social and macroeconomic trends. These are the trends that are going to shape the future, that are shaping the future. And these trends are energy transition, artificial intelligence, and life science. Of course, I'm going to concentrate here on energy transition, but for me, this is my macroeconomic message. We should, as businessmen, concentrate our activities, the activities of our companies, on these macro trends. Okay, it may be energy transition, it may be artificial intelligence, it may be life science. As a private equity investor, as businessman, these are the trends that shape the future. Just for you to realize the size, the magnitude of what's happening in energy transition. Energy transition last year, just the investment in energy transition reached $1.7 trillion. If energy transition were a country, it would be ranked 12th largest country in the world, larger than Mexico, larger than Australia, larger than South Korea. You see, it would be ranked larger than the 12th largest. And according to the most important research institutes, the needs for us to reach net zero by 2050 are at around $5 trillion per year. This would make energy transition the third largest country in the world, larger than any European country, just below China and the US and China. Okay, so this is, I think, for you to have an idea. And of course, I would like to mention the presentations that we had here. TDK is investing in energy transition. Okay, we heard Olga explaining about Paris Agreement. Okay, we had Sindor, the Avanta company. They are investing, they're building 20 gigawatts of new solar plants here in India. So this is not a fashion. This is a reality. And this reality is led by private investment. This is not a reality led by public investment. This is a reality led by private companies, by the private sector. So this is, for me, the first macro message. We should concentrate on these global macroeconomic trends. And for me, there is quite an interesting interrelation between energy transition and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence demands a lot of power, and this power should be green. Again, I'll try to, as yesterday, Prasad mentioned some shock figures when he mentions 90 million youth. Okay, it's one out of 5 people in the world are young people here in India. Let me try to realize for you what it means. Okay, for you to have an idea, a simple search in Google or in ChatGPT, the difference in power consumption is 1 to 15. So if I ask, what is the SEP program? In Google, it will demand 1 of energy. If I make the same question for ChatGPT, it's going to demand 15 times more. So each time your cell phone starts doing like this, we as power companies are very happy because it's demanding a lot of energy. The second is data centers. Just for you to realize, data centers and blockchains right now represent 2% of the world energy electricity consumption. It's 2% of GDP. So there is a huge interconnection because all this new demand for electricity demands clean energy, demands green investments. Okay? And this is what it means is that electrification is going to increase a lot. And this is again another huge number. Electrification may go from 20% of the total energy needs today to 50%. So this is what we're seeing in the US, we're seeing in Europe. You see a huge increasing demand for electricity. And so this for me is my macroeconomic message. Okay, and my pitch message is, what is the best place for you to go for clean energy? The best place for you to go for clean energy is the places in which you have the best renewable natural resources. So this phrase here, I'll try to explain it, but it's called zero green premium power shoring. What is green premium is how much more expensive it is for you to produce clean energy. Okay, it's much more expensive for you to produce clean energy in Germany than to buy non-renewable as oil or coal or oil. Okay, in Brazil, and especially in the state of Minas Gerais, we have the advantage that it costs us the same. And this one is not only Brazil, but Brazil is quite a special place for you to be seeing green premium and your power needs concentrate in these countries. So this is again, let go with here like here. Why? Because of the natural resources that Brazil, and in particular the state of Minas Gerais, have. Just take a look here. This graph here of Brazil, and Minas is inside. Minas is the third largest state in Brazil. The more red, it means more solar irradiation. Solar irradiation in the north of Minas Gerais is 50% more than the best regions in Germany, which means the same solar panel will produce much more power, much more energy in Minas Gerais than in Boston, than in Scotland, than in Germany. Okay, so this is solar irradiation. And the other one, and this will go here, and then this is again a huge need for decarbonization, which is you do not need only solar and wind that are intermittent sources of power. You need firm energy. And for you to have firm energy, you need storage. And Brazil has a huge advantage. It has a lot of water and a lot of hydro reservoirs. This is Brazil's natural storage. Okay, so every time, my example here is, every time I see in a map a huge space, it means huge areas. And for you to have an idea, Furnas and Três Marias are two hydro reservoirs here in Minas. Well, they have the size equivalent to Luxembourg. And this means we can produce firm energy. So besides having the best natural resources, we also have storage, we also have hydro reservoirs and firm energy. And this again is a shock. And sometimes I think Brazil has to sell better what it has. Okay, just compare it to the world and to the European Union. And I think that this is, again, my message. We have places in which they are mostly renewable. Why not to put your investments here? As an investor in renewables, okay, because there are quite competitive advantage because of the natural resources, and as your power needs. The data center for you, if you want to put in some place, much better to be in a place in which you can buy renewable power at very cheap, very competitive prices. So this is my first message is the macroeconomic one, like let's take a look at energy transition, artificial intelligence, and life sciences. And the second one, my pitch is we should concentrate these investments in the least expensive countries, okay, in which the green premium is the lowest. And of course, the green premium in Brazil and in Minas are quite low, close to zero. And I can tell you that this is exactly what we're doing right now at Cemig. So at Cemig, we increased our investment, and thank you, Samir, from less than 1 billion reais in 2018 to 5 billion in 2023, and it's going to be close to 6 billion this year. So we increased investments almost 6 times in less than 6 years. Okay, and this is a huge effort to increase the grid. So what are we doing right now? We are investing in the grid in order for those that want to produce renewable energy connect with those that need clean energy. So this is what we need. And this is exactly what COP, I just arrived from Azerbaijan, from Baku. COP has 2 pledges. One is investment in energy storage, Brazil has. It is to increase 6 times the capacity of energy storage in the world by 2040. The other is to invest in grid. And they want to invest 8 million kilometers, new kilometers of grid in the world. This is what we're investing. We're investing 30,000 kilometers. It's almost the perimeter of the Earth. So this is my main message. And if you want to, my last message, of course, is that if you want to come to Brazil, you're going to have a friend in Brazil. And I'm going to, I can tell you that friends are quite important in foreign countries. So welcome to Minas, welcome to Brazil. And just conclude, these are my 2 messages. I think that it's always important to conclude. The first one is the macro message. It's think about the future. You have to think about energy transition. You have to think about artificial intelligence. You have to think about life sciences. And think about energy transition. You should go for the countries in which you have the least expensive path of the presence of more natural resources. I think this is the opportunity for Brazil, for Minas, and please, you are welcome to Minas. You have a friend there. Thank you very much.